Yeah, man. It's the one and only DJ Chase, man. I'm back. I told y'all 2026 bigger and better. The DJ Chase, the pregame party miss podcast, right here on DJ Chase Radio. As I always tell y'all, man, we got to get to our sponsors. We got a fire interview for you guys today. But the first sponsor today is that DJ Chase Radio mobile app. So make sure you download that DJ Chase Radio mobile app as always. Groove are the hottest platform to get in touch with players, curators, get real feedback from real people, not bots. Podcast directory, use the promo code DJ Chase to get 20% off your order. Meat Mafia Steaks in Lake Wiley, South Carolina, the official sponsor. Certified Angus beef and premium quality meats. Pause. And GCPR, Global PR Media and Marketing House. And with that being said, like I said, we had to pay the bill. So now we hear my guy, Shug Jackson, the one and only Tucson, Arizona, a very talented brother, a very talented musician as well. So first, Mr. Shug, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Bless. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, just I got a little cold. You know, I just came back from New York, so I'm running back and forth like a chicken with my head cut off. So,
all right.
Yeah, I was in there dying. I took some medicine last night, but I'm good, though.
All right. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first, I want to get into your background a little bit. I want to discuss. So you're from you're actually the first person I've ever met from actually Arizona. So you're from originally Tucson, Arizona, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha. And how was growing up in Tucson for you?
It was great, man. It was Tucson was more, well, back then it was a kind of a small town, and it kind of turned into a big city now. But It was a small town, man. Very family oriented, you know what I mean? So It was great, man. It was great.
Yeah, love it. And how did you get into music? Because I don't want to sound crazy, but are there a lot of black people in Arizona? Like,
yeah, man. Oh yeah. I live in the Phoenix. I live in the Phoenix area.
Yeah.
Now. You know, this is the fastest growing place in all of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of us out here.
Gotcha. I'm teasing you.
That's all good.
But seriously. Who did you listen to like out there in Tucson? Like, who influenced you in Tucson?
Well, actually, man, when I was way back in elementary, man, I used to love New Edition.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Telephone, man, Cool It Now.
Yeah, the slaps.
I mean? Yeah, and then comes Run DMC, you know, and then LL. You know, Rodney O and Joe Cooley from out here in the West Coast.
Yeah.
So guys like that, man. You know, and especially when I seen New Edition do it as kids.
Yeah.
You know, they were kids, and I was like, man, well, you know, I could do this too. You know,
love it. Nah, man, that's great. That's great because you know, music is a universal language, and you know, being an East Coast guy, you know, they say we have New York bias, but it's not really that. It's just that we just, you know, we I guess the resources and the terrain make it more of us we're more innovative and fast paced because of the environment. You know,
right.
You know, because even down here, I'm in Charlotte, and they be like, yo, you New Yorkers is crazy. And I'm like, it's not that. We just move at a really, really fast pace. You know what I'm
saying? Right.
And I do want to ask you this as well, too. Were your parents, like, involved in any entertainment, anything like that?
No, not at all, man. But they listen to music daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They used to put the the stereo on. My dad started with the 8-tracks. You know,
yeah, love it.
Yeah, man. So we was heavily, you know, involved as far as listening to music daily. So that was a part of our household. So.
Got you. And then one of the things I realized too is like you're very more of a lyricist kind of artist, and you base your music because I wouldn't say you do like just like hip hop. You do like, you know, different styles of music, but you're very lyric heavy. Like what made you be focused on lyrics versus more of the sonics and the beats and stuff like that?
Because I believe words have power. So. And I believe that, you know, words can touch people more than just, you know, put it like this. Words can cut you deeper than any blade, you know, and words can also heal you like medicine can't. So, and I've always been one that's kind of, I don't know, people always told me I was deep, you know, I had this old soul. So,
yeah.
And I've never believed in wasting words.
Yeah.
You know, if I say something, I mean it.
You know, Got you. So, you know, like I said, also too, you know, you're a very seasoned artist, and you have a lot of advice for younger artists, and you are actually one of the first West Coast artists signed to Def Jam, which is very unique. Yeah, the first. Yeah. You know, they always accredit Warren G, but you definitely was the first. You know what I'm saying? What led up to that? Actually, I'm actually quite curious about that. What led up to that?
Well, I was doing a show with DJ Quick at the time, and I had a buddy of mine that was a concert promoter, so I would open up for a lot of shows in the region out here, and I got so good at it where I was sometimes better than the people they actually came to see. And I was on a show with DJ Quick. His manager at the time, when I got off stage, came up to me and asked me if I had a demo tape. I had a demo tape, and he went and gave it to Russell. 2 weeks later, I got a call from Russell. They wanted to sign me. So
Nice, nice, nice. And like what kind of transpired? Was you able to release a single, or what like transpired from the actual Def Jam situation?
well, they at that time they would put out little snippets of
Mm-hmm. Yep.
songs while I worked on the album.
Yeah.
Myself and a guy named Young D out of LA who did some stuff with
Mm-hmm.
NC Ren and all them back in the days in
Mm-hmm.
NWA. We got together, worked on the album. When the album was ready, I was because they were putting all these snippets out all the time. I was pretty much um, it was a buzz already, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
what held the album up was I would open up magazines and they were saying I was from Los Angeles. Yeah, they wanted me to say. Yeah, they wanted me to say I was from Los Angeles because wasn't nothing popping in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not one to be saying I'm from where I'm not from. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that kind of held up the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
a few years, but it was all a learning experience.
Got you. You know why I say that too, Mr. Shug, is because like
Mhm.
a lot of younger artists they're very quick to sign,
Right,
especially these days. They want the fame and the fortune, and it's very
right.
unfortunate because like I'm a young vet. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this a long, long time, and it's like I'm the second generation of you guys. So
Okay.
a lot of the younger artists they still falling for the same traps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And being signed, do you feel like an artist today, especially like with the availability of like publishing administration deals, and we can self-administer things now that you guys didn't have back then, especially like you couldn't like just walk into ASCAP back then.
Right.
What do you feel like a younger artist today should be signed or they should stay independent?
I think they should stay independent personally. The thing about it now, though, everybody want that right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything right now. You know what I mean? There's no, so that's why a lot of artists fall for the wanting to sign to a major label so they can quote unquote get that fame right now. But
Yeah,
fame don't necessarily mean money,
yeah,
generational wealth. Fame just mean
yeah,
a few more people know of you.
yeah.
But I think staying independent where you control your career, you control your destiny, and no matter how long it takes, the rest of it's gonna come if you
Mm-hmm.
put the work in. You know what I mean? You gotta put the work in. So you
Yeah.
gotta study the game. You gotta learn how to market yourself. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
do all of that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Not just put your music up on there and think something's gonna happen by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, for sure. And as far as even like AI music, from that you guys generation to now, like it's quietly being the fact that they told us that hip hop was gonna be a fad. Now y'all making AI versions of it. How do
Right.
you feel about the AI movement and how it's assisting hip hop these days?
Personally, I think it's crazy. And I think eventually it's gonna get out of hand if they don't learn to control it. But at the same time, us as artists got to learn to use it to the benefit of our careers also because it's here. You know what I mean? It ain't going nowhere. But I do think it's crazy. And if they're going to use it and use artists' voices and all this other stuff, the artists should be paid for that. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of this AI stuff that's using artists' voices and all this other stuff, and artists aren't getting paid for that.
Yeah, yeah, right, right,
You
right.
know,
For sure,
crazy.
for sure. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And as far as like artists, and I want to actually just like, what keeps you motivated? Like I said, you've been doing this, quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't feel like age. I don't like ageism in hip hop. You feel me? Like
Right,
I hate ageism in hip hop. It drives me up the wall.
right.
But what keeps you inspired to continue to make music and a love for music? How do you find inspiration to keep going?
First of all, knowing that God blessed me with this with this voice and this writing ability for a reason, right?
Mm,
I believe some can be blessed upon you, but and you don't use it, it can be stripped from you, right? So I'm a firm believer in that. So I feel like I was blessed to be able to reach the people. And what
mm,
good is a blessing if you don't share it, right? So
right.
that's what keeps me motivated, man, and just knowing I have something to say. And I'm the same thing like on that age thing. Hip hop is the only genre of music that is with this age nonsense. You know what I'm saying? If you can make good music, man, who cares how old you are
I agree.
or how young you are? Man, good music is good music. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
we got to really get away from all of that. And it's
yeah.
really like that crab in the bucket syndrome. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Everybody think once you get a certain age, you're supposed to be pushed out. This ain't sports.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Right.
it,
Right. Right.
as
Right.
long as you got a tongue and something to say, man, put it out there.
Right, right, right. And I do want to answer this straight, like as well too. Being a more veteran artist, do you find it easier to write music now because of so much life experience? Because there is definitely, excuse me, I definitely talk to my dad all the time, and like we listen to like he listens to like older hip, the New Birth, and
Yeah,
I come from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from like New Birth, the Stylistics,
yeah,
Ohio Players. But I say that to say the subject matter in your music. Do you find it easier actually now to write versus back when you were younger?
I do, and it is because I've learned to kind of shut my mouth, so to speak, and I listen to what's around me. I see what's around me. I
Yeah,
see that everybody has a story. I hear everybody has a story. So it's easy for me to put it into my story because we all kind of relate in some kind of way, right? You could be going through some, and you know how we all think we're the only ones going through it. Your
yeah,
next door neighbor could be going through the same thing, but you never know unless you go talk to them, right? So I've learned to do that, man, and or I can be scrolling through social media and I see somebody's post
yeah,
and I say, man, this person's going through that. And that inspires me in music. Just knowing that everybody's going through something, man. And the street's gonna be here long after we gone. But
yeah,
it's the stories that last, right?
for sure. Yeah,
So that's what inspires me, man,
yeah.
in my music.
Love it, man. And let's get into the single before we get out of here, Mr. Shug Jackson. Just in case with Sarah June. How did that record come about? Like it's a Jaheim sample, things like that. How did that record come about?
Being a huge Jaheim fan, man,
Yeah.
and that song has so much meaning with him saying, well, the way he put it,
Mm.
he wanted to go make love to her just in case something happened to him. I just flipped it and had a female saying it,
Yeah.
and for her telling me, baby, if something happens, come and at least let me hold you. You know what I mean, and see you. That's what the whole basis of the story is. Because once we walk out that door, man, ain't no big piece of apple pie waiting on us out there,
Mm.
and ain't no guarantee we gonna make it back home. But make sure you tell your people you love them every
Yeah.
day. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the basis of that song. That's how it came along. And as far as Sarah June goes, man, a guy, one of the engineers out here who worked on it, he knew her.
Mm.
And he brought it to the studio, man. As soon as I heard her, I knew she was right for that track.
Yeah, yeah, love it,
So,
man. And I
yeah.
hope. So the beat is original beat. Like, what made you pick? What made you actually this? Because it was very unique to the sound too. What made you pick like that kind of sound?
First of all, it's different, and
Yeah,
I want this album to be
yeah,
sonically different, right, than
yeah,
everything that's out there. And when I first heard that track, it was easy because the melody, I just started saying, just in case. It just came to me, right?
yeah, yeah,
I was like, wow, that's perfect. Because the way the melody went, right? And then the beat kind of draws you in. I'm one of these artists, if I close my eyes and I can't picture what I'm saying, I get rid of the song. You know what I mean? I don't even
gotcha.
I gotta be able to see it. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was very easy for me to see that. And then the lyrics and the beat gotta match like a hand in a glove. So that's how that came about.
Got you. Love it. So there is an album coming out this year?
Oh yeah. The album's called
Yeah.
Substance.
Substance. Got it. And
Substance, yeah.
yeah, I love it. I guess the title's self-explanatory, huh?
Yes.
You got it. Love it, man. And I want to ask you this, man. As an older artist, man, as a veteran, how do you stay in such great shape, brother? You look amazing. Like, how do you stay in such great shape? I mean, it's probably the Arizona air and food good living, but how do you stay in such great shape, brother?
Hey, a lot of trying to eat right, man. Working out.
Yeah.
Trying to stay active. You know what I mean? I try to stay active as much as possible, and then some of it is genetics, man.
Yeah.
On my mother's side, man, everybody looks younger than what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah.
That's what it is. Blessings, man. God's blessings.
Love it, man. Once again, Mr. Shug Jackson, before we get out of here, I got one very important question to ask you.
Okay.
Out of all the things that you've been through in this business, and like I said, you've seen 36 plus years of this business.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice that you would give anyone getting into the music business today?
Be you. Meaning, especially in this day and age, everybody wants to be who's hot. Meaning everybody wants to sound like the guy or girl that's hot. Well, whoever's hot, they're being them. You know what I mean? So the thing is be you, be true to you, be 100 to yourself. You can't be 100 to this game or to anybody else if you're not 100 with yourself. You know what I mean? So just be you, man. Everything else will happen the way it's supposed to happen. And, all the filters, it's like people think they can, walk outside in the real world with all the filters on. No, you can't. Just learn to be you. You know what I mean? Everything else will take care of itself.
And on that note, we out of here. Once again, Mr. Shug Jackson, the OG, the veteran. I don't really like saying OG, but I say the veteran. You know what I'm saying? A veteran. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, once again, he has a lot of knowledge and he has great music coming out. Very for the adults. Adult contemporary hip hop, as I like to call it. Great music, great subject matter. When we talk about like health and wellness and thoughts and taxes and 401ks and pension plans. The new album coming out, Rock IRA music, Substance. The new album coming out. Mr. Shug Jackson, if they cannot find you, my brother, where can they reach you?
Everywhere, social media at Shug Music, SHUG Music, or Shug Jackson, SHUG Jackson. Just type in those names and you can find me anywhere.
You heard it first, man. Mr. Shug Jackson, Arizona's own, man, is popping out there. I want to come DJ out there too. I never been out to Arizona. Yeah, I just want to come out there. Yeah, we talk over there. For sure. Once again, man, it's DJ Chase, man, the pregame party miss podcast. A nice June is here, man. A beautiful summer day. Once again, man, DJChaseRadio.com, Spotify podcast, Apple podcast, and YouTube DJ Chase TV, and we out of here. Yeah.